Hi everyone, my name is Justin Odisho, and in this Adobe Premiere Pro CC tutorial, I'm going to show you my favorite way to get that faded film look where the blacks look a little bit lighter and the shadows are more gray. So I've got this example clip on the timeline, and you can see there's nothing done to this clip, it's just straight out of the camera. And in order to begin adding some color effects to this, one, we could work right on the clip if we want, but I'm going to go to my Project Media bin, go to File, New, Adjustment Layer, and now we can drag this adjustment layer over top of our track, and this will allow us to extend over multiple clips if we want, and just give us a little bit more flexibility. So that's just a good general practice to keep in mind. So now I can highlight this adjustment layer and begin adding effects. So let's go to our Lumetri color panel, and there's actually more than one way that you can do the faded film color effect. If you go to the Creative tab, you should see under the adjustments that there's actually a faded film slider, and this lets you pull it up and it'll automatically give you that faded film look. But the problem with this is it doesn't give you much flexibility. It only gives you the slider. My favorite way to do it is actually under the Curves tab. It's basically a graph representing the inputs and outputs, or the light and the dark portions of the photo. So the way you can read this is that it's going from dark to light and left to right. So the darkest point in the bottom left corner is black, and the highest point in the top right corner is white. And you can click to add points on the line and then drag those points around to influence the image to be brighter or darker. So if you double click, you'll remove any points. And let's add a point right here in the bottom left corner in the middle of this first square on the grid. So let's add that point kind of like an anchor. And now we have a little tail end which represents the shadows here for us to make brighter. So if I click and drag this point upwards, you can see I start to get that faded film effect, except I have a lot more control over how I want it. You don't want it to ever go past being a straight line, because at that point you're making the shadows over here brighter than the shadows over here, and it'll give you a weird inverted effect if that's not what you're looking for. So keep it at horizontal or less, but the cool part about this is now you can go to other parts of the line and make them darker or brighter to get exactly the type of color and image you want. And the nice part about doing it this way is that right within the Curves tool, you can move over to different color channels like red, green, or blue and adjust those individually to add some nice color grading. So I can go to the green color channel and influence it to be more green or purple or whatever I want, and then combine all these different color channels to create my own custom color grade. I do have a full separate tutorial going over all of these different adjustments available in the Lumetri color panel, so I'm not going to get too into it here. But when it comes to just getting that faded film look, or just lifting and crushing the blacks out of the video, then this is how I like to do it with the Curves tool, but there is other options for you. So if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, then definitely leave a like on it below. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and check out my channel for the other color grading tutorials that go more in depth on the rest of this stuff. Make sure you subscribe if you're not to stay tuned for all my new videos. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.